have a little helper today, my son Rex. Can you say hi to everybody? That was very quiet. Okay, anyway, he's going to help me draw a honeybee. Rex, do you know why bees are important? Yeah, that's right, but you're speaking way too softly. Can you speak up?
They help flowers and what's this stuff?
Pollen.
Pollen gets.
Yeah, it's in a process called pollination. Can you say pollination?
Pollination.
All right, so we're going to begin drawing our bee on our, this is just computer paper. It's nothing special. But I want to say, think about size. We don't want to draw the bee huge. Like, this is one of our resources that we're using. But this is kind of too big proportionally for the bee because we want to leave a little bit of space for the background. It's going to be a honeycomb. Okay, so when you draw your honeybee, try to be aware of the scale, the size of it. Can you do that? Okay, so we're going to start with the different parts of the bee. So this part right here is called the abdomen, and then you have the thorax, and then you have the head. So this shape is most similar to what shape right there? Like an oval, sort of? Okay, so can you start by making an oval with a point on the end? And remember, not too big. Nice. Do you know what the point is? The stinger. Yeah, perfect. All right, that is a great abdomen. Now, if you want to put the lines on, we'll save that for after, but when you draw the lines, you're going to curve them, and then that way we show that the body is rounded. Do you want to add the lines now? Okay, just try to curve them from one side. Yes! To the other. Good job, Rex. Now, Rex is technically in second grade, but I thought he could still be a good helper for us today. You'd probably rather see him draw than me. Okay, then this shape right here, this is called the thorax. That's kind of just like a circle, right? But the top of it is curved for the head. Now, this would be, if you were adding details, this part could be hairy if you wanted it to be hairy. On some of the honeybees, that's how they look. Here's an example right there. See the hair? Okay, and then finally your head. Go ahead with the circle. Nice. What do you notice about the eyes of the bee? What do you notice when we're looking at it in this perspective? What do you notice? They're kind of...
real bee has like eyes.
But they're on the side of the head, right? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a half circle.
Is it like...
So instead of making your eyes look like that on the head, we're going to put them on the sides of the head, right? See the difference? Now adding his wings, they look awesome. And then other details such as the antenna and then the legs and the arms. See how the arms kind of go up and the legs go out? You could put a little pattern in your wings if you want with lines. That looks really awesome. Do you want us to check back with you when it's done?
Yeah.
All right, great job, Rex.
Da-da.
Here's Rex's finished bee. I have to say it looks really awesome. Great job, Rex. Now let's talk about the background for a sec. I thought it'd be really cool if we added in some honeycomb to the background. And there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. First of all, let's talk about a honeycomb. What shape would you say it's closest to?
A hexagon?
Yeah, a hexagon. So a hexagon has 6 sides. So what I did, and you don't have to do this, you could freehand it. I made a little template that Rex could trace around so he can hold it, trace around this, and it can be his background to color in. Some other alternatives that you can do, if you want to make it more complicated, let's say you have bubble wrap sitting at home from all your Amazon packages that are coming in. You could use some of the bubble wrap and dip it into paint for texture. This would be one of the easiest ways, is just make yourself a little tracer to do a honeycomb shape for the background. Or if you know how to do the 6 sides, you could just sort of freehand it and do it yourself, and then it doesn't have to be perfect at all. So you can freehand it, you can use a template, or you could use bubble wrap. So I'm just going to let him play around with this for a second. Rex even made a queen bee. Gave her a little crown. Can I show it, Rex? That looks good. So I have this double-sided marker at home, kind of gold and yellow. That would be perfect for the honeycomb. Just color in your hexagons if you want to keep things simple. If you don't have any markers at home, you can just do it in pencil. Or if you want to get really adventurous, I had this yellow paint.
It's egg.
Yellow paint, a little bit of orange. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up. I could not find any bubble wrap in my house at all. But I did find this weird piece of plastic that has holes in it. So I'm going to try, this side has squares, but this side has holes. So Rex, are you willing to experiment on your bee paper? Do you care if we add a little texture to it?
Could we see if it works on this paper?
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, so it's like a stamp. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push it in. If you had bubble wrap, you could do the same. Ooh, I think this could look like honeycomb texture. And let's see. Do you want to do it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, pull it up. And it does, I think. That's some cool texture.
It kind of looks like a spatula.
A little bit. So if you have bubble wrap, you could use bubble wrap. You could be creative like we are. I don't even know what this plastic was too.
It was two holding plastic.
For your background. You could also just paint it. So this is our final product. Are you going to use this texture anywhere?
No, I like using paint to paint my honeycombs.
Okay, honey. Got it? All right, so say bye to Oak Street.
Bye, Oak Street, and no one else, because my...
So, Rex, you did a really awesome job. I love that bee. I love your honeycomb. Can you say bye to all the bees at Oak Street?